What is up, viewer after watching this video? Legarx back here, bringing us a Ghostbusters gameplay commentary, and I have one question for you guys. Do you believe in ghosts? Because I'm not sure if I do or not. The thing with me about this subject is, it really depends on the kind of situation that I'm currently in that changes or makes my opinions on whether I believe in ghosts or not. Most of the time, I do not believe in ghosts. Most of the time, I think that ghosts are non-existent, but then there are some times of the day or week where these things or these ghosts start to get into my head, and I start to think that maybe there is a possibility that they can be real. And I'm going to explain this, or my thoughts about this in this video. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because it's actually been a thing that I've been thinking about in the past few weeks, actually. Even when I was doing those videos in the past, those NHL videos, I've been thinking about doing a commentary for this subject, because the reason why is because if you know me in real life, I said this in the Fear video as well, okay? I'm that kind of person that loves to watch scary movies. I always read creepypastas, I go on Reddit No Sleep a lot, I like to watch Ghost Hunters a lot on TV, and all that other really cool, fun little things that everybody loves to do. And so you can probably call me a horror freak, as I really don't know why I said that, but anyways, I also like a couple of Facebook pages that post scary things. There are actually a couple of really amazing Facebook pages that post really creepy things. One of them is actually the Horror Hub. I really love that page. Shout out to those guys. I'll leave a link in the description to their page. Go ahead and like them if you like scary stuff. But anyways, I know that this topic sounds a little bit cliche, but trust me, I really feel like I have to talk about this subject, not really because I'm required to, but I just really wanted to talk about this subject. So, really, I'm not sure if I believe in ghosts or not, as I said earlier in the video, because I was actually one of those kids that gets scared easily, but really doesn't get scared often. I know that really sounds a little bit weird to some of you guys, but usually some of the things that scared little kids back in the day didn't really have an effect on me. The only things that actually scared me were horror movies like Friday the 13th or The 13th Ghost. That one was one that really scared me back in the day. But really, when it comes to scary kids shows, those are the kinds that they scare little children, but they didn't have an effect on me when I was a child. But as I grew older, I started to watch more of the adult scary movies, more of the more scarier, legitimate ones that you'd find in the movie theater, and that is what made me scared. Usually what I would do, or what I'd think about after I'd seen one of these scary movies on TV or something, is I'd go into this deep thought that ghosts are actually a real thing, and then about a week later or so, I'd say to myself, nah, it's just a movie, who cares about it? And remember, I was really young back at this time, and right now, since I'm one of those guys that likes to watch a lot of scary movies, this thought really doesn't occur to me as much as it did before, but it still occurs to me, because it's not that I get scared that makes these thoughts come back, that there's actually a ghost or some form of ghost that actually exists. But the reason why I think that these ghosts exist at some parts of my life is because of the amount of questions that I have regarding this topic, because I do not believe I have seen any 100% true explanation to whether ghosts exist or not. There's been a lot of people that say they do, some people say that they don't. I have friends who believe in ghosts, I have friends that do not believe in ghosts. I'm actually right in the middle. I'm neutral about both of these subjects. But anyways, if ghosts did exist, and I had a couple of them living in my house right now, and I had no idea about them, then I probably wouldn't imagine myself getting my pants scared off of me. If it was like a ghost that was threatening me, or a ghost that caused harm and distress and annoyances, then I'd probably get a little bit scared, unless this ghost just pops out of nowhere, because, as I said before, pop-ups scare me like crap. I get really scared of pop-ups just because I'm not expecting them, but that only depends on whether I'm alone or if there's other people around me. If there's other people around me, there's no way I'm getting scared of a pop-up. But if I'm by myself, there's most likely a good chance that I'm going to get scared of a pop-up. But really, the only amount of time that I'm going to be scared when I see a pop-up is going to be the amount of time that the pop-up actually lasts. Because if the pop-up lasts for 5 seconds, I'm going to be scared for 5 seconds, maybe even less. The longest I've ever been scared of a pop-up was at least three seconds, I believe, and I was 7 years old when that happened. But then again, though, this commentary isn't about pop-ups, it's about ghosts, hence the reason why I put Ghostbusters gameplay in the background. The only reason why I recorded Ghostbusters gameplay is because I felt that it would suit the topic that I'm talking about in this video, because I didn't really feel like Call of Duty would be a good video addition, I guess, to the commentary topic that I'm talking about in this video. So that's why I recorded Ghostbusters gameplay. But anyways, back to ghosts. If ghosts do exist, and I got the chance to talk to a real-life ghost of somebody who used to live on this earth, then I'd ask them one question. How did you become a ghost? I would ask, how come you are a ghost, but these other people that have died, they're already in the afterlife? How come they are not ghosts? How come you are so special that you had to come back on this earth as a different kind of thing, rather than a human being, to haunt this place? How come some people die and move on, and some people die and stay on Earth? Because that's one of the things that I've actually wondered for a long time. If ghosts do exist, how come some people die and go to the afterlife, which is heaven or hell or purgatory or limbo or any of that stuff, and how come some other people die and they become ghosts or spirits and they haunt places that they were in their lives? I know that I read somewhere something that said something along the lines of, people die and then they come back as ghosts because they have unfinished business in the real world, but I honestly do not know how somebody has control over that, because I know that there has to be at least several thousand people that have unfinished business, but they've died and moved on to the afterlife. Presuming if the afterlife does exist, because I myself am a religious person, so I do believe that the afterlife does exist. But I guess I probably will never know the answer to that, because if ghosts do exist, then I probably wouldn't get the chance to ask one that question, because ghosts are strange things. They are the soul of a human being who has died, or an animal at least, who has died and has come back to Earth to settle some unfinished business. And this I find very interesting, and I probably most likely would want to go deeper into this subject. But just like everyone else, I'm not really in the know when it comes to information about these ghosts. I know that I've seen a whole bunch of Ghostbusters films, or there's only 2 films actually. I've seen both of the Ghostbusters films, and I played the Ghostbuster video game through twice, and I know just a very little amount about these paranormal creatures. Even though Ghostbusters is a fictional planet in the universe of entertainment. Universe of Entertainment, that was actually really creative. Good job, Letterboxd. But anyways, back to the ghosts that I was talking about earlier. There actually seems to be a lot of different well-known ghosts that I have discovered that live in different parts of the world. There's actually this one book, it's called Haunted Canada, and it explains the stories of different ghosts around Canada. There are a couple of ghost stories, or at least ghosts, that happen to be in Vancouver, so those kind of ghosts I'm actually really interested in. I probably want to go to the places where those ghosts have came from, or at least do come from, according to the books. I really want to go to one of those places to see if those things are real. Of course, not by myself, of course with somebody else. If I was by myself, I'd probably have a heart made of steel. So I really need to find a friend to go with, to go visit one of these haunted places in Vancouver, just so we can have a good time, hopefully find some ghosts, and probably have our own ghost experience, because in my life, if ghosts do exist, I want to have at least one encounter with a ghost, okay? I know this sounds a little bit crazy, but I want to have one encounter with a ghost. Hopefully even 2 if I'm lucky. Even if I encounter an evil ghost, I'd probably be scarred for life, but I'd still have a ghost experience. Hopefully, when I'm older, I do go to one of those places in Vancouver that are supposedly haunted. Most likely with a friend, because if I'm going to go by myself, I'm probably going to get scared to death. But if I'm with a friend, I'm probably not even going to get scared as much as I would if I was alone. So yeah, hopefully I can find a friend sometime in high school, maybe when I go find a job, and go to this haunted place, or one of the haunted places in Vancouver, so we can see a ghost. So yeah, I'm done talking about ghosts for today, and I hope you're done listening to me talk about ghosts for today. And by the way, maybe there's a ghost right behind you, and you just don't know, because I can see through my computer screen, and I'm seeing this weird little shape behind you. It looks sort of like a person, I can see through it. Ha ha ha. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Twitter and Google Plus links down below. Make sure to like and subscribe to Letter Gaming, and bye.